So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep the data for the waterline. So we imported the data from the PDF document, and that created a series of lines on particular layers. But you can see with the W, there's gaps in the line work. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few little steps to clean this up. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the data prep tab, and under standardize, I'm going to standardize this waterline. So what I'm going to do is just going to pick the waterline layer, or an object on that waterline. You can see it selects all the objects on that particular layer, and we're going to put those over on the water 8-inch PVC. All right, because that's just a layer that we have. We could create a layer here, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So now that I have that layer basically turned itself off because, or the objects got turned off because it was on this layer here, which is the waterline sewer. So I'm going to turn off the PDF, and we'll also turn off the surfaces that we have here. And then what we will do is we can turn off the other layers if we want, but we'll leave the blue here. What we're going to do is right click on this waterline PVC, and we're going to go to layer options, and I'm just going to get rid of the PVC because this actual project we're going to keep it just on a water layer. It's actually going to be a ductile iron pipe. Okay, PVC, ductile iron doesn't really matter. I wanted to make the layer so there is no confusion that this is just layer, it's water. That's where all our water information is going to go. So what we're going to do next, I'm just going to pick this object, and I'm going to view only those objects. Okay. What we want to do next, we want to join this line. So I could use the join line command and connect them all, but I'm going to show you a little trick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a window selection. So click in the upper left and select those objects. I'm going to use my control key, and I'm just going to come in and just do a window around these objects to get rid of them. Alright, so, or to deselect them, shall I say. Alright, so I'm just holding the control key down, and I'm just deselecting these objects. Okay. Then I'm just going to go up and use the project cleanup command. I'm going to choose current selection only, and for the misconnection or join lines and gaps, I'm going to set this to 5. We'll go ahead and click apply. That's the gap spacing between those lines. So you can see that it's joined the line, and now I have a continuous line segment of that water line. Now we need to elevate this. So I'm going to use the elevation command, and I'm going to elevate it to the surface. The surface I'm going to elevate it to is the finished design. We're going to pick that line, and I want to go from the finished design, and I want to come down for my minimum cover. So basically my center line of my pipe is going to be, or actually I want the top of the pipe, or actually the crown at the bell, I want that to be at least 4 feet below finished design. That's what our requirement calls for. So to do that, I know I have to have the 4 feet of, 4 feet of cover, and I'm going to add the from the center of the pipe to the top of the crown, which is 11 inches, and I know that from my material site improvement manager. If I go to utilities in my MSI manager and I take a look at my pipe, my 8-inch ductile iron, the outer bell diameter is 11 inches. Alright, so that's the outer diameter. So if I'm going to go by that or go by the top of pipe, I could use any of these values, but I'm gonna use this 11 inches. So half of 11 is going to be 5.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, I'm going to take my 4 and I'm going to add in 5.5 inches, and you'll see that it actually adds in the 4.58 feet, or 0.458 feet, which is basically 5.5 inches. So we added those together. So it's going to drop this down from the finished design, 4.58, to the center line of the pipe. So we want to make sure that we put a negative 4.458 so that it drops it down below the finished design. Okay, so I'm going to click apply. So now we've got that that pipe has been elevated, or that line has been elevated, and then the next step will be, now we can go ahead and create our utility line, and we'll show you that next.